Dominique. Welcome back to my channel, Not a Guru 7, here where I discuss all things fragrance related. And from time to time, you may see a video, vlog, or short of a handbag of my collection, or maybe something fun with my baby girl. So if those things seem like something you can dig, get you a shovel, baby, and come over here and dig it. Y'all, I'm just so happy to be recording. Oh, in January, let me tell y'all what happened. In January, the ice storm, they call her Fern, baby. They gave her a name. She hit the storm, at the end of January, left me without power for 14 days. I didn't have any gas appliances, which means we didn't have any heat, my baby girl and I. And then we didn't have any warm water. Then the pipes burst. We had no water. It was bad, you know, and people in surrounding counties, and you know, so many people suffer. Some people unfortunately lost their lives. Oh my God, which I hate that. It was just a big mess. So right when I was going to record this video, baby, I was gonna record this video the next day, and then out of a sudden the ice just went crazy. I have so much damage to my home. Been going back and forth with the insurance company and all that good stuff, but I think we finally got a resolution. So I will be getting my things fixed, and I'm not even concerned about material things. I am just happy that my baby and I survived. I'm grateful for all the support from family, friends, and co-workers. I'm so thankful for people who, you know, offered a place to stay, food, whatever they had. I'm just so grateful because people don't have to do that for you. And I'm just so appreciative for that. So it was really bad. So I've been out of the swing of things. I know I said I was going to try to get constant with this creation, baby. But life had other plans, okay? In November, I started sampling cherry perfumes. I sampled about 12 cherry perfumes. I'm not going to go through all of it because I don't want to make the video too long. I know sometimes people's attention span may not be as long as mine, because I could watch a video for hours. And hours, whatever that girl said. But anyway, so out of those 12 perfumes that I did sample, I ended up really loving 6. I told myself I only gonna get 2, but y'all, I couldn't help it. I had to get 3. You can't X this. Well, I always get my samples from a place called Ministry of Scent, and then Micro Perfumes. And out of the 12 perfumes, I really adored 6 of them. And I told myself I'm not gonna get 6 perfumes. I said I'd get 2. Ended up getting 3. I'm going to go over the 6 perfumes that I did love. And mind you, I wanted a cherry fragrance full on. I didn't want something that just had a cherry note and then it turned into something vanilla, or you don't get the cherry anymore. I wanted cherry forward fragrances, y'all, because I love cherry scents. I love fruity scents, period. That's me. I'm the fruity girl. I'm the gourmand girl. And I'm also the citrus girl, baby. Give me a little lemon in that thing. Come on now. Come on with the lemon, okay? It's my favorite drink, okay? So anyway, I do got some notes prepared. And I am glad I did, because like I said, I started in November sampling these perfumes. I actually made a purchase in November, December, and January of 3 perfumes. I'm not going to tell you which ones at first. I'm just going to go through the perfumes, and you making kind of guess or kind of figure out or whatever. I'm trying not to make it so obvious, just so it can be like a little fun video, okay? So I know that normally cherry perfumes are really like fall and winter season kind of perfumes. Most of the ones I have in my collection. I have a good amount of cherry fragrances in my collection, but I was really searching for something that was summery, baby. I said I want something that I can wear in the summertime. Give me a cherry like that. So I got Indecent Cherry by Born to Stand Out, baby, because we are all born to stand out, and I love that name. I love that concept. So these are the notes. We have cherry, almond, saffron, sour cherry, strawberry, Bulgarian rose, mimosa, vanilla, amber, musk. We have patchouli in these notes. So let me just say this. When I saw those notes, I said, ooh, mimosa. I said, yeah, baby, rose. I said, okay, this gonna be a summer cherry. And it did not fail. It definitely was a summer cherry. I love this fragrance. Now I can see how someone would think that it's more so like for like the younger crowd, not really necessarily juvenile, but more like for the younger base type of crowd, because it's not a sexy cherry. I know a lot of times we want that boozy cherry, that sexy cherry, you know, we want all that, right? So this is not that. This was a very light fragrance, but I loved it. I can remember that the fragrance didn't have a lot of projection, okay? And that price is projecting, baby. I'm gonna put the price somewhere on the screen. The price was pretty hefty. The projection was poor, not even moderate, it was poor. And I remember it lasted on me probably like 3 hours before it turned to a skin scent. Now let me stop the video right here. Let me tell y'all this. Please try these fragrances out for yourself. You may get a different feel than I got. I want you just be honest and say that just because I like something don't mean that you will like it. And that's okay, because there's a lot of stuff I see y'all like. I don't like it. So this perfume was so light, but that was okay. I wasn't mad about that. Okay, I was more so upset that the price don't match the performance, if that makes sense. Because I feel like this is a nice little fragrance you just spray on you, you know, to run little errands, get you some little groceries and stuff, and prepare you some dinner for the night. I feel like it's a great little fragrance for a little slide down the slides at the park, you know, something like that. But it just didn't meet my expectations, but I still love it nonetheless. Okay, next cherry fragrance I chose for the summer was Electric Cherry by Tom Ford, baby. I watched some reviews, and I watch reviews because it's kind of content I love. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I can kind of, me and this person kind of got like the same reaction to this fragrance or something like that, but at the same time, what smells away to me may smell different. I watch the videos anywho, and there weren't many videos of people just raving about this fragrance or just loving it. And I was like, okay, I hope they didn't think that it was going to be, you know, like Lost Cherry kind of that vibe, because it doesn't give you that, baby. And then you look at the name, Electric Cherry, baby, I see why they gave it that name, because it's a ginger note in there, and I think they just give it a pop, baby, give it a burst. And I feel like with the name electricity, it really feels like that. And I happen to love it now. I love the fragrance. I want y'all to check it out for yourself. But I'm going to read the notes, okay? So in the notes, we have cherry, ginger, jasmine, sambac, pink pepper, musk, and ambroxolide. Hope I'm saying it right. But very simple, not much. But y'all, when I tell you, Lost Cherry is like the grand dame of cherry fragrances. Every time somebody makes a cherry fragrance, they don't try it this one. I guarantee you they have, or they don't heard of it, right? But to me, this one is way better than Lost Cherry, baby. I had a travel size of Lost Cherry. I didn't purchase a full size because it did not last like I wanted it to. It was very expensive. And I love Soleil Blanc way better, and I ended up getting that one, okay? But this one right here, baby, I can smell it on my skin for 7 hours. I'm telling you, I love it. And I'm going to tell you something. I actually put it on my left wrist, and I put another cherry fragrance on my right wrist. And I said, I'm just going to walk through the halls of the job, just walk around and see if somebody going to notice it. I had so many people stop me and said, what it is you got on? Oh, that smell good. And I said, well, actually, I got 2 fragrances on. And these were the 2 fragrances I was kind of going back to back, like, Lord, which one should I get? Which one should I get? So I was telling people, well, actually, I got on 2 fragrances. And I was like, well, you can smell this one, and this is another one. The other fragrance I had, not many people liked it. Some people liked it. They were like, okay, it's nice, it's kind of loud or whatever. But everybody liked the Tom Ford fragrance. I'm telling y'all, everybody just went crazy for Electric Cherry. And I felt the sentiment. I agreed, because I love it. But I was going back and forth with another cherry fragrance, because at the time I was like, oh Lord, which one should I get? Because I knew for a fact that it was another one that I was gonna get if I didn't get nothing else. I ended up getting that one in November, baby, as soon as I started sampling. But anyway, everybody just loved it. I wore it for a few days because I had like the 2 ml sample size, so it wasn't gonna last a long time. But I'm talking about every day that I wore it 3 days. People just loved it, y'all. People thought it was so amazing, and I do too. Very expensive perfume. I ain't gonna hold you. Very expensive. And sometimes you can get those discounted fragrances, I mean, from different sites and stuff, but it's still expensive on there, baby. But I think it's a winner. It's the perfect summer fragrance, okay? So next up for our cherry fragrances, I actually chose Sin Cherry by Scentologica. Oh my God, y'all. Oh my God, the perfect summer cherry fragrance. Oh, I loved it so much, you guys. I remember it having good projection, and I also remember it lasting a good amount of time. That was one of the first ones that I did sample. But in the dry down, it kind of fell a little flat for me. I still love the fragrance, but I don't know, it just needs to give me a little more because it's kind of pricey too, okay? So I'm going to go over the notes. So in the opening, we have raspberry, cherry, black currant, we have pear, then we have violet, we have mango, we have rose, jasmine, rosewood, palisander, rosewood, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm saying that right, probably not. Then we have amber, vanilla, caramel, moss, cedarwood, musk, and patchouli. Now, let me tell y'all this. I saw many videos by Sophie London, baby. Y'all don't heard of her, okay? I saw many videos of her like years ago with her saying that patchouli is added into fragrances to make it last a little longer. Sometimes patchouli can be hit or miss on my skin. It depends. And sometimes the patchouli can be really, really sharp on my skin. And sometimes it works in fragrances, sometimes it don't, especially when it's just so prominent. It's a little prominent in this one. Okay, so I can do without the patchouli, but I understand since Sophie said that, you know, people use it to make the fragrance last longer, the perfumers and things of that nature. But that's the only thing. It turns really sharp. I was like, man, because it's a beautiful fragrance. And I don't know about that, okay? This fragrance up, it may not be a surprise to many folks because I had it on my wish list. But just because I had it on my wish list don't mean I chose it, okay? I could have sampled it and it felt totally different. So we have Boho Boku's Wet Cherry Liquor, baby. Let me tell y'all. This fragrance does remind me a lot of Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, but it's like the older sister. It's more sexier, lasts much longer. You're going to smell it for 8 hours. Well, I smelled it for 8 hours, okay? And I loved it, baby. It's a little strong. Not strong, it's headache-inducing type of strong, but it's something that I think that you could probably wear for like nighttime, maybe like a sexy vibe, a sexy date or something like that. But let me give y'all the notes, okay? So we have cherry liquor, cherry again, baby. They put cherry back in the middle notes. That's how you know they weren't playing. They want you to get this cherry vibe, and I want it. Give it to me. They have cherry, strawberry, caramel, Turkish rose, tonka bean, vanilla, sandalwood, and vetiver, okay? And let me just say, this fragrance may not be for everyone. This cherry here ain't nothing to play with. This is the grown woman Lost Cherry. This is like the 40-year-old sister who still looks 20 years old and they still asking for her ID. Like my sisters, my biological sisters, because they still look like they in their 20s, baby. I don't know what they doing. I need to come over there and do it with them. But that's how I can kind of describe it. It's not overly mature, but it still has some sex appeal to it. It's a nice fragrance, and I can just see this being a staple for people for a date night fragrance, okay? So next up we have Cherry Ink by Lorenzo Palazzoli. Excuse me, because I know I probably said your name wrong. I'm so sorry. But I saw this fragrance and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, and I was like, Cherry Ink, what's going on with that? So let me go ahead and give you the notes. So in the opening, we have cherry, sour cherry. We have almond, rum, black pepper, bergamot, ink, red wine, damask rose, myrrh. Y'all know I'm country, baby. I know. Okay, cinnamon, mimosa, lily of the valley, and jasmine. Then we have tonka bean, vanilla bean. We have amber, musk, patchouli, argarwood, benzoin. So just like the angel fragrance, it got like 1,000 notes in there, baby. But anyway, y'all, let me tell y'all something. Out of all the cherry fragrances that I sampled, all 12 fragrances I sampled, let me tell y'all, this one lasts and lasts and lasts. It's super beast mode. Y'all, I dabbed some on my jacket and I can smell it for an entire week. Now, you talking about playing games. This one don't play no games, baby. Cherry Ink. Okay, the only thing about this fragrance is the cherry isn't super prominent. It's more like a background singer, baby. It's more so in the back. And surprisingly, I like the ink note. Can you believe it? Because you actually, when you smell it, you can smell that ink in there. I was like, wow, a perfume fragrance with ink in it. I don't know if I ever had a fragrance with ink in it before as a note. I don't know, but I really love that. A little more cherry in the thing. I want a little more cherry in it. But I still loved it, even though it's just not super cherry forward. This is definitely a fragrance that I'm like, hey, if you want a fragrance that's going to last all day, you need to get this. I'm talking about beast mode, okay? So last but not least, we have Cherry Punk by Room 1015. And baby, Room 1015 is where Dominique need to be, okay? So we have cherry, saffron, we have Sicilian pepper, we have violet, mimosa, jasmine, leather, tonka bean, and patchouli. We got patchouli, but This all right. The patchouli hitting just right in this one, okay? Y'all, I don't know how to describe this, but I remember when I was a kid, my daddy bought this expensive leather jacket that he was saving money for. And I just remember the leather smell, y'all. Not like a plastic kind of smell, but like a genuine leather, okay? I remember that smell, and I get that vibe when I sprayed that perfume. When I put that sample on, I got that with a hint of cherry with it. Can you imagine it? So I can see this fragrance not being for everybody. Y'all know the biker chicks that put on the motorcycle jackets and get on back of the motorcycles with their boyfriends and holding on and stuff and all cool and stuff. I don't know them either, but I seen them on TV. So just imagine one of those type of chicks, that type of vibe, that type of aesthetic. And I'm telling y'all, I love it because it was so different. I wanted a fragrance that was going to push me out of my comfort zone. And this is not a summer cherry fragrance at all. This one or the Bohu one, I should have mentioned that. But those are more so like fall and winter fragrances. The projection was very strong. Baby, you're going to leave a scent trail. The sage is just perfect, you guys. It does a whole lot, but not too much, if that makes sense, okay? Because it's the perfect fragrance, y'all, and I love it. And I see they got an escape version. And the escape version got an escape price. So... so I may sample that sometime in the future and see what it's giving and not blind buy. I'm trying to get out of blind buying. You know the video I told y'all that I did actually sample 12 cherry fragrances. I further sampled 6 that I ended up loving out of the 12, but I only got 3. 2 of them I knew for sure I was gonna get. One of them I was kind of on the fence, but can y'all guess the 3 that I got? That's right, girl. Yes, ma'am. I got electric cherry. I got Boho's wet cherry liquor, honey. And I got cherry punk. Oh my God, y'all, I love these fragrances so much. They were worth every penny. Even though I only could wear this one during the summertime, that's totally fine. The thing that made me not getting decent cherry by wanting to stand out was that it just kind of turned into a skin scent too fast. Sin cherry was more so patchouli based, and you know, sometimes patchouli can be a hit or miss, okay? It was like patchouli and cherry, so I don't know if I was just feeling that whole vibe. And I didn't get cherry ink because I wanted a little more cherry, but that fragrance lasted longer than all the ones that I did sample, y'all. So that's the video, y'all. Just wanted to come in and tell y'all what was going on, why I haven't been posting content for those who've been watching the video. All my subscribers, I appreciate you guys, all the lovely comments, all the likes. I really do appreciate it. I'm so grateful for that. So y'all, I hope that everyone is doing well, feeling well. I hope that all of your prayers are being answered. I hope that, you know, you are full of life right now, life and love, okay? So I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.